But first, let's get back into the whole issues about the economy. The cash rate yesterday lifted to 3.85%, the highest rate we've had since April 2012. And of course, this big push about the budget, the Treasurer saying all the right things, reminding us, telling us, yes, he knows it's tough, but the focus will be on what they actually do come Tuesday night and whether it's only actually going to make things better or, as we fear, worse. Joining me now, business commentator at the Herald Sun, Terry McCrann. Terry, pollsters I talked to have told me this week the cost of living is absolutely biting. Now, you and I have known that for months. But now, when they're talking to people, they're polling, there's been a real shift. People are getting angrier that the government seems obsessed with things like The Voice, that they're not focusing on the sort of pain that they're going through. So with that in mind, if the pollsters are telling me that, they're certainly telling the government that, where will we land on Tuesday night?
Well, clearly, Peter, the Treasurer was not happy at Tuesday's interest rate hike. He wasn't incorporating that in his thinking. He's got this lovely package worked out, which he would like to lay out as addressing all those cost of living concerns and partly meeting that broader objection that the focus has been on all these other things, which are totally incidental and indeed irrelevant to the lived experience of 26 million Australians, which is all those cost of living pressures. The two big ones, obviously, are housing, whether it's interest rates or rentals, and the second one is energy. So he's worked out this nice little package, and he's only been to provide some sort of relief. We're going to have to wait until next Tuesday night to see exactly what that relief will be. But that relief is only possible, Peter, precisely because of that massive inflow of revenue from all those exports of coal, iron ore and gas. Plus, this has not really been fully understood, that huge inflow of migrants over the last year and this year and next year is providing a boost to the economy, providing a boost to government revenues, but the cost of that is going to come later. The cost of that is obviously going to come later when we've got to build the infrastructure, the hospitals, the schools, the transport infrastructure, the housing, to accommodate and to facilitate this migrant. So he's in a sweet spot to some extent next Tuesday night, but how much of a sweet spot is only going to last for a short period?
Yeah, and look, it's beyond ironic that he's in the sweet spot because of the very minerals and resources that they want to basically ban us using in this country. But that's where we are, and it's been that case for some time. You're going to go into the lockup on Tuesday, Terry. What are you going to be looking for?
Well, I mean, the first thing I'm going to be looking for is how big a spender is he? We had huge spending in the October budget last year. I mean, this revenue was already flowing through in October last year, and all of it was spent back then. This time, he's going to only spend maybe half of that increase, and half of that, the other half is going to go to reduce the deficit. So I think one of the big things he's going to sell is I've either got the budget back into surplus or I'm pretty much close to surplus. But as I say, Peter, that's only right now when you've got everything going on the plus side on revenue and the costs haven't flowed through. But we've still building into that budget huge increases in costs across the spectrum. Those cost of living adjustments, support, the handout for energy, the NDIS is continuing to explode, and then we get into 2024, 2025, and we have to pay the bills for that migration increase. Now, we will all be praying that those export revenues hold up. For that, we're in the hands of the rest of the world and in particular China.